Dear friends, last week we started a new series called The Bible and Christ Beyond Religion. And today we are going to continue that with a subtitle that Christ is for everyone, Bible being common. The Bible being common, Christ is for everyone. That's the subtitle. Why I should tell her that? How can I tell her that? I give you some examples. Romans 14:1 says, I read it from the Message Bible. Welcome with open arms fellow believers who don't see things the way you do and jump all over them every time they do or say something you don't agree with, even when it seems that they are strong on opinions but weak in the faith departments. Remember, they have their own history to deal with. Treat them gently. This is the verse found there in 14:1, Romans 14:1. When you read from the Message Bible, it's very clear. It asks us, it commands us to welcome everybody to discuss with us. If that is an argument, don't go ahead with the arguments, because everybody knows something. That is why the Bible is beyond religion. That is why Christ is common to everybody. It commands us to do things like this. Welcome with open arms. You just open the arms and welcome everybody, every fellow believers who don't see the things that you do, the way you do. Don't expect that these people should be like you. Don't expect that the people should do as you do and jump all over them. Don't jump all over them every time they do or say something you don't agree with. The Bible asks us not to be like that. You don't jump on those people who don't agree with you. They have some opinion. It clearly says, but they are strong in opinions. They are strong on opinions, but weak in the faith department. Sometimes they might be weak in the faith department, whereas they might be strong in the faith, other departments, like in the opinions, on opinions. They may be very well versed on opinions. Don't jump on them always. Find fault with them. Treat them gently. They have their own history to deal with. This is a very good advice for people to be very peacefully, amicably go adjusting with the people. You can go adjusting with the people this way, not the other way. Some people would say that you have to do the things that these people do. We cannot do that, because that person cannot also do that, because he has to believe certain things. The belief is the exclusive property of people. So belief is something, and whereas you cannot compromise belief with somebody else's belief. He has something else. You have something else. But at the same time, you can do one thing. You can adjust with those people, not compromising with their belief. You can adjust with these people, accepting their opinions and giving out your opinions, being in the mood that might be or might not be accepted by the other people. May be accepted or may not be accepted. Don't expect that it should be accepted. It is your opinion. Their opinion is something else. Your opinion is on faith department. Their opinions, they are strong on opinions. Maybe weak in the faith department. Don't expect them to be well versed at home in faith department. That is what the Bible speaks. In 19, verse number 21, it speaks like this. Help others with encouraging words. Don't drag them down by fault. Don't find always fault with those people. You just encourage those people. This is what the Bible speaks about. So this is the main aspect of our doing God's work. Is it not beyond the religion and beyond what the other people speak about as religion? It's beyond religion. The Bible speaks about all these things. And you can find another verse that is Romans 14, 17 to 18 verses. There it is given like this: your task is to single-mindedly serve Christ. Do that. What is your task? Single-mindedly you are to serve Christ. Do that, and you will kill two birds with one stone, pleasing God above you and proving your worth to the people around you. Two things you will do. If you start doing single-mindedly serving God, if you start serving God single-mindedly, taking it as your task, what does it mean? You are killing a bird, killing two birds in a single stone, with one stone. Kill two birds with one stone. What does it mean? You are getting two things for your benefit, or for your glory, for your goodness. What is that? One is pleasing God above you, another is getting yourself among the people, the worthiness that you have, proving your worth among the people. So you will prove your worth among the people, one thing. Second thing, pleasing God. You please God and you have your worth proven among the people. These two things will be done. So you have to please Christ. You have to please God. You have to single-mindedly do the work of God. Do the ministry. The ministry, if you start working single-mindedly, you will have two things at your disposal, at your advantage. That is, one is pleasing God, another is pleasing men, or having your worth proven among people. These are the two things that we can do. So this is very important. Is it not beyond religion? Yes, it's beyond religion. It's beyond religion. So now we have understood these things. Single-mindedly we work for God. We can work for God. And nowadays, so many things are going around us, and so many people are telling one thing and doing some other thing, and so many people are finding fault with people who are doing some good work. All such are going on around the world. Everywhere you can see all these things, and you can see so many things that are making us panic, and we just get panic out of the war or the things that are going around. All such are happening in the world. We need not worry about that, because we have to do our work single-mindedly, working for Christ, and thereby we will be getting the favor of God, the favor of men. This is what is proven. This is what is given in the Bible. This is beyond religion. Christ is common to everybody, the Bible being common to everybody. Christ is beyond religion, the Bible being the common book. Okay, now, today we have to understand a little bit about what Christ taught beyond religion, or how Jesus lived beyond religion, how we can take the perspective of Jesus preaching beyond religion or such. Okay, now I tell you one thing. Jesus was born to Mary, and his birth itself is beyond every comprehension. He was born to a Virgin Mary. This could not be understood by people, so many people. Today, even today, many people are not able to understand. That is why he is called God. Why should we call him God? Because he has been born out of the womb of Mary, who is a virgin. The virgin birth shows that he is God. Otherwise, he is not God. He cannot be claimed as God. He cannot be claimed to have the Godhead or something like that. Okay, now you can find in Luke 28 to 35, Jesus was born to Mary. Jesus was born to Mary, and he proved himself to be God. And nowadays, one thing is being spoken everywhere, in many parts of the places where Jesus is being criticized, attacked, thinking that they are attacking Christians. See, Christians are not living up to the standard of Christ. maybe some people may try to live. But Christ lived to the standard which we can attain, or we are trying to attain at least. Some people say that Christ even never existed. That is being explained by some Christian people. No. How the Christian people will do that? Person who is in the name of, in the Christian name as written, might be, he may be an insane person. He may be an insane person. Who knows? If it were not so, if it is not correct, I could tell you, one person says, Jesus never existed. Another person in the same sect of people comes and tells, Jesus came to India. And that has been proven by historians. And the same set of people, same person who speaks, same sect of people from the same principles, speaks one time that Jesus never existed. Another person comes and speaks, Jesus came to India, because it has been proven by the historians who can be believed, and those historians have written that Jesus has come to India. If Jesus were not there, how could he come to India? They themselves dispute and they themselves prove the Godhead of Jesus. They say Jesus came to India and he got educated in India also, and this is not proven. And Jesus is a person who was proven through history. He has divided history into two. Now, I have given one message, Christmas appeal, wherein I have spoken about how he was able to prove himself. Even in the history and throughout history, everybody has to talk about his birth, his life, his death, his resurrection, everything, every day, everybody has to do that. Every day, everybody has to do. Because everybody is using the calendar which has been based on his birth and death and resurrection. Everybody, every day is confessing his death, his birth, his death, his resurrection. For want of calendar, if you don't have a calendar, you cannot even think of being on the world. If you cannot think of being on the world, everything chaos, everywhere chaos, a mess will be there. You cannot find a good condition, atmosphere prevalent in the world. You cannot live. How will you calculate your birthday? How could you say that you were born on a particular day? How could you conduct programs? How could you go ahead with your schedules? Schedules cannot be conducted. Schedules cannot be, complied with. You cannot go ahead with the programs. You cannot even count your age. Nothing can be done. So, he has done it. I have proven it through my message. Historically, scientifically, it can be explained, because you have been using the calendar. Calendar is at your hand. Nobody has to come and show you all such. You are using the calendar. Your own birthday is based on the Christian calendar, which has been issued, or based on the birth of Christ, death of Christ, and his resurrection. At the age of 12, Jesus was able to question the highly educated priests and the people, lawyers. And he could answer the questions of those people. When the questions were raised, he could answer all those questions. How? At the age of 12, he proved that he was God's son. And he could prove that he had the Godhead. Otherwise, he could not do it. If he were able to do all such things, why do you expect that he has to come to India and get educated? Because he has already been doing all such things even at the age of 12. Even at the age of 12, he could do that. Why should he come and get educated? Because he has got all these things even at the age of 12, and he could continue with that. How could he expect that he should come to India and get educated? This is all nonsense being spread by people who don't even think about anything. They, one time, if they want to say something, they say that, Christ, he is not a person. One person says he never existed. He never existed means there is no calendar. Are you not able to see the calendar which is given in your hand? Are you not able to do the things according to your schedules? Are you insane seeing all these things? This is a question we have to raise to the people who are doing all such things all over the world. Everywhere we can see such people without any common sense, confusing people, saying one thing and doing another thing, saying one thing one time and saying the other thing another. If one person says that he never existed, how can he come and say that he came to India and he got educated in India, and which has been proven historically, because historians who were considered to be great have written all such things. If these historians have written such things historically, which can be proven, so he never existed cannot be proven. That is wrong then. Then why you say two things? Common sense should be there. This should be understood. This has to be understood. It's common. Why Jesus is being spoken and criticized like this? Because his serious preachings tremendously impact the people. That is the thing. At the age of 12, you can find in Luke 2:40 and 42, you can see this. His wisdom was very much, people got astonished to hear. And he also listened to the lawyers and priests, and he could question those people. And whenever he was questioned, he was able to answer those people. All such he could do. That we have seen. And he came to this world to proclaim the year of the Lord. Luke 44:19. This is what I preached in the appeal on the time of Christmas appeal, wherein I have spoken about the calendar. He came, he did his ministry, and one of the branches of the ministry which was left by him was carried out, and which was carried out and given out by the church. The church is a tool, nothing but a tool. Anybody can be used, any organization may be used, but Jesus used the church to do that, because church has found out at least a few facts about Christ for the world. So that is why he came to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. That is what we have been practicing today. That is the acceptable year of the Lord. It is not only the Jubilee year. That is gone. It is not speaking about the Jubilee year as it is interpreted elsewhere in the Bible interpreters. It is more than that. That is the acceptable year which we have accepted today. And we have been following the year. That is what is found in Luke 4:19. Thereby we are able to understand one thing, that Jesus was able to finish his ministry without one branch which was to be established by the church, and it has been established by the church. And that is nothing but the calendar. Thereby everybody every day is proclaiming Christ's death and his resurrection with his birth, without which the calendar would not and could not work. Nobody can calculate his birthday. Nobody can do anything. Everything will go in mess. Everything will be a mess. All confusion will be there. Everywhere you can find the chaos. So nothing is possible without the calendar. So the calendar was given by him in a prophecy, though there was no calendar literally, but it came out later after so many years of his resurrection and his ascension. It came very late, but he could do that through his prophecy, and that is why he is beyond religion. He is beyond religion. Bible and Christ are beyond religion. And the next one, we have to understand this one. Jesus, another question. Those people who say that Jesus came here to India and he was in India from the age of 13 or after 12 to 29, because at the age of 30, he goes and got baptized, and he started doing his ministry, and he was doing his ministry for 3 years, and he got crucified, and he got, he got his things fulfilled. All such happened. And if it was so, if you could believe that, if you could say that, you show some historical background. They show from the Bible, because they say that all from 12th age he came to the synagogue and he was able to preach, and after 12 he was not visible elsewhere. He was not visible anywhere, and his appearance, his preachings, his ministry comes after 29. In the age of 30, he got baptized, and then he started doing his ministry. And those things are recorded in the Bible. So, except these 12 up to 12, and after 30, nothing is recorded about Jesus Christ. That is why Jesus came to India. See, what does it mean? Jesus Christ, why should he, if he came to India, it's well and good. We don't deny. Might have come. But in spite of his coming here, he could preach certain things which are not in harmony with those things which you say that were spoken to him or preached to him or taught to him. He spoke a lot of things which you could not see among those people whom you think that taught Jesus. That is it. So how then we could expect that Jesus came to India? If he came to India and he was there among those people who taught him some certain things which are practiced over there, he should have preached the same things which he were trained on. No. How can I say that he did not do that? Are you sure that those people who are practicing here such things are being practiced by the disciples of Christ? No. Different. How could he do that? Then he would have come. If he had come, if you believe that he came, and if you believe those historians' written statements that he came to India, he learned a lot of things, and he could have set aside all those things, and he could have brushed aside all those things, and he found out the truth and he spoke, because the Bible says that knowledge is very important. Without knowledge, my people are getting destroyed. So we have to learn a lot of things. Whatever thing I have learned a lot of things. I just want to continue learning a lot of things, because it's a command in the Bible. God wants me to do that. God wants you to do that. I have not accomplished all such things, but I just go on doing it. I continue learning. So Jesus Christ would have come here to learn about the certain things which are being practiced everywhere in India, or he would have gone to some other place also to know about the things over there. All such are there, because the Bible, Hosea 4:6 says that the knowledge is important. Without knowledge, people will get destroyed. Lack of knowledge. My people are getting destroyed because of lack of knowledge. And elsewhere you can find education is life. Education is life. The Bible says this. Education is life. You can find in 4:13, I think, in Proverbs. So, education is your life. What does it mean? Education is important. Education is important means Jesus would have come here to learn about things. So, he has not been preaching the things that he has learned from those people, because those things which he came and learned are not in compliance with his preachings. It is not in harmonious with his preaching, or sometimes might not be in harmony with his sense of preaching. Would not have been there. So now we understand one thing. Jesus came and he was here. If you say like that, how could you say, if you quote from the Bible, because there is nothing there in the Bible. You believe the Bible. You don't believe the Bible, then you quote from the Bible. If you believe the Bible, you can quote from the Bible. Otherwise, you cannot quote from the Bible. See, in these ages, from after 12 till 29, he was obedient to his parents, and he was with the parents doing their work and joining with them, doing his work, and he was learning from their own parents. Or he might even be sent to India or elsewhere by the parents, or even the parents would have come with him to learn certain things, or many things would have come. But what is this preaching? What is the outcome out of it? Because he has learned a lot of things. He should not start doing all those things which he has learned, because we can learn a lot of things and we can take whatever is good for us and whatever is good for others. We can preach out what is good for others. Jesus was with his parents. Luke 2:51 says he was obedient to his parents. Obedient to his parents, and he was with parents. What is that? He was there with the parents in those years. And he might have visited so many places which are not important for us to know about. That's why those things where he went all such, because he did not start his ministry. He started his ministry after the age of 30. So those things are recorded because he was born and he was living, being obedient to his parents, and then he started his ministry at the age of 30, coming and getting baptized, and he started ministry at the age of 31, 32, 33, and at the age of 33 he got crucified. This is the purpose of his coming. And so many things are there in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that that makes us understand what he would have done between the age 30 and 29. I will come to that later in the later messages. So he was obedient to his parents. And his preaching was very different. His preaching was very different. He showed that God is different. He showed that there was one only God, his Father, and he was also Son of God. All these things were spoken by him. And he said the Father is his Father and he is Son of God. And he showed so many things, many things, all things, in short, which are against what we think he would have learned. He would have learned a lot of things. That's why he was able to establish things, saying that this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, this is beyond the common sense, this is within common sense. All he could release out, he could give out, he could say, he could preach, confess, declare, because of his learning. So that is why the Bible is also very concerned about the people coming. The Bible is also very concerned about accepting people from everywhere, not for the Christian religion, just to accept them and discuss with them. Don't jump on those people, as I explained in the beginning, Romans 14:1. Don't jump on those people, telling that what I say is right. No, what you say might be right. I accept, I listen to you. If it is right, we can go ahead with that. And what I say, if you think that it's right, go ahead with that. Accept. This is good dialogue. That is what is expected by the United Nations. It is said, religious to dialogues. All religions might come, discuss, because these religions are created for men to reach God. If it were so, your religion, if it shows something good, should be shown to me. You have to teach it to me. And I have to teach you to you. But there's a purpose, our being here. So that is why I showed the first, in the beginning, one verse. Your task is to single-mindedly serve God. Then you will have two things, pleasing God and having your worth proven among the people. This will happen. So our work is to preach about the good things which are to be accepted by the people. That should be beyond religion. Beyond religion. We speak about certain things, no? Good things, acceptable. That's beyond religion. If religion is confined to certain things, beyond religion. We have the liberty to take any advice from any book. And you have the liberty to take any advice from any book, even from the Bible, even from any other religious books. And if you want to follow, you can follow. But you think, or you just analyze whether it is within the common sense. You go ahead with that. That is what the Bible speaks about. And in the last week, I was speaking about two places where Jesus was using the word convert. Matthew 18:3 and Luke 22:32. In Luke 22:32, Jesus is asking his own disciples to get converted. Not other people to get converted to Christianity. No. He's asking his own disciples to get converted. And in Matthew 18:3 also, he's asking his own people to get own disciples to get converted. In the first former verse, that is Luke 22:32, he is asking, because those people were discussing among them about who is greater among them. Who is the first person? Who is from the upper class? Who is from the upper caste? Who is from good cadre? All such. Jesus was telling, if you are doing like that, you get converted. And then you can start preaching or doing whatever you want to do, whatever job you want to do. If you want to be a professional, if you want to preach anything, you strengthen your brethren, your people, after getting converted from this particular thing. So getting converted from your thinking of our thinking that you are superior to anyone. You are neither superior to anyone nor inferior to anyone. You are nor greater than anyone nor lower than anyone. You are as you are. You are what you are. That's all for which you have been born, and you have to stop. You have to carry out your work, and you have to establish yourself, and everybody has his own purpose and for which God has created him or her, and everybody has to do that. So in the next verse, that is Matthew 18:3, he is telling, if you discuss about this, about who is greater, who is superior, all such, you will not inherit everlasting life. I explained about this in the last message. So this is very important. These two places, he is using the word convert. He is asking his own disciples to get converted from the classification of castes, division of this sects, all such. You come out of that. And Peter was able to come out of that I was showing you from Acts 10. And he could establish that through his preaching when we went to the house of Cornelius. This happened. So he is beyond religion. The Bible being common to everybody. We understand that. So, and we could understand this particularly, Matthew 6:6. This is about prayer. Is Jesus asking you to go to any place to pray, even the church? No, he's not asking you to go to the synagogue or church or temple or mosque. No, he's not asking you. You just go into a room, close the door and pray to the Father who is in heaven, and he will answer you publicly so that everybody will understand that you have already prayed. So Matthew 6:6 speaks about that. This is beyond religion. Is it not beyond religion? It's beyond religion, because it is not about anybody. It is about you and God. It is about your own house and God's kingdom in heaven. You just converse with him. You just have communion with him. You just have some talk with God. That is what he is asking. The same way you can find in Matthew 17-18, where he is speaking about the fasting. Fasting should not be known to anybody. You just keep aloof, and you just put on oil on your head, and you just wash your face, and you just keep yourself clean. Nobody should know that you are fasting, and thereby you are showing God that you are fasting, and you will be answered. The same way, he's asking us not to follow those people who are going and praying in the synagogue or in the corner of the places, shouting and praying, all such. Don't follow all these people. This is being reiterated in verse number 8, spoken in 5, verse number 8, reiterated. You can see all these things. And he is asking to do the ministry. Luke 10:37, this I have explained so many times. 10:37, go and do likewise. Do likewise means you be a good Samaritan. That is your ministry. That is important ministry. What is that? Go and help the victims. Go and do this work. Help the victims. That is your ministry. That is the main ministry commanded by Jesus Christ. That is found in Luke 10:37. That is why today in India, our India is a very good place where they have drafted the law in 14 Act in 2014, though it is not yet enacted. They drafted an act, and the Supreme Court of India has made a law in 2015. It is a law now, Good Samaritan law. Good Samaritan Act is pending for getting enacted. So this is what is available. It is what is known. It is what is seen today. This is a ministry for which He has called us. What ministry? Going and helping the victims. This is a very important ministry. So we have to understand, is it not beyond the religion? So the Bible being common, Christ is for all. This is beyond religion. We find all these things beyond religion. No religion has to do that. You have to do also things for yourself. You cannot depend on the people. You need not depend on any other religious sects to do that. Religion is also being defined in the Bible, that you can find in 1:27, James, where it is very clearly given. The pure religion is one which is educating the fatherless and visiting the fatherless, visiting the widows, where the person who is doing that is not getting himself spotted. Purely he is going and visiting the widows and the orphans and giving education to the poor. This is what is being followed in the Christian church. That's why these people, missionaries, they come and do the educational services also. It's because of this commandment. That is religion. That is religion. Doing the education service among the poor and helping the poor out as a social worker, something like that. That is religion. That is pure religion. If the person who is doing it and not getting himself spotted, that means if he is not committing any sin, that's pure religion. Religion is something else. This type of thing which Jesus Christ has spoken is something else, different from religion. The religion is an established organization which is doing something for the poor and the widows and just to make the people get educated. That is a part of God's work, but that is different. That is called a religion, and this is beyond religion, which Jesus Christ has spoken, preached, and shown us the way to go ahead. Let's see other things the next week. God bless you.